Welcome back to the Shortcut Live, where we have main character energy for everything consumer tech. We are your consumer tech show and the number one consumer tech site on Substack. We are here live daily, almost daily, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, to talk about tech. And we're celebrating something very special today. Very special. That is, of course, the Mobile World Congress Awards. We went to Barcelona, Spain, checked out the latest in mobile tech. And I'm here with Max Bondano, who just got back from Mobile World Congress with me in Barcelona. We also have Kevin Lee. So we are kind of highlight what we saw. And if I had to describe Mobile World Congress in one word, it would be concept.
Yeah.
There are a lot of concepts out there.
So many.
So much future technology. It was hard to take in, but we whittled it down to about 20 award winners.
Yeah.
20 things we really liked. And we're going to tell you about them. Big names in there: Lenovo, Qualcomm, Honor. You got Xiaomi, Motorola. You got the Nothing phone, the latest Nothing phone. Techno, Soundcore, which is an Anchor company. So we had a bunch of fun. We're tired, but we, to say the least.
It's only like a tiny little bit of jet lag. That's it.
Yeah, just like 6 hours.
Something like that.
Right?
It's fine.
CET. But Adam is off today. He is playing hooky once again.
He just like dips out when he feels like it, I think. Like he could have filled in knowing how tired we would be after going to Barcelona, but that's okay.
We are going to fill him in with an AI chatbot one day soon.
Oh, absolutely.
They only have the American English version ready, so we're waiting for the proper British version to look and sound like Adam. So, but we have these awards. Pay no attention to the fact that it says CES on there from 2023.
It's a nice award.
It's a nice award. Yeah, so I'm just holding up the CES part because we gave all of ours out for Mobile World Congress this year, and they're in Barcelona or on the way back to the manufacturer's facilities or their offices. So, but a lot of cool things that we saw. We even saw a cool thing from TCL. That'll be our last award. Let's take it from the top. Lenovo, the Legion Go Fold concept. A lot of words in there. What exactly does that mean? What did you see, Kevin? That's the first thing that we see before us.
I got to see this in New York, actually, thankfully. And it's so it looks like a gaming cabinet, but actually it folds in the middle. It folds backwards. It folds in from a 7.7 inch to a 11.
Kevin, your mic is off a little bit. There you go.
I was waiting for it to kick in.
Yeah.
Right,
okay.
Go ahead.
The Legion
From
Fold
the top. Live.
it looks like a gaming tablet, but they also attach gaming handles, and it folds out backwards. Like you'll see that. You see it bending backwards. So basically, you can attach the two gaming handhelds on there, either horizontally or vertically. It goes from a 7.7 inch tablet to a 11.6 inch tablet. It's kind of wild because it's both a small enough gaming handheld you want to take on the train, take on a plane, but also you could turn into a laptop or you turn into a bigger gaming tablet. Yeah, it's kind of the best of every single device all in one.
So when it's folded, do you think I can get that in my backpack? Because that thing is still a monster, but I love the idea behind it.
With an appropriate case, yes, it actually might be easier to carry around as a laptop because it comes in a keyboard folio, it folds flat, and then you could just snap off those gaming controllers off and just put them anywhere else in the bag.
Yeah, they look like PC grade Joy-Cons. That is very cool. They have a little screen on the controller.
Yeah.
I see in some of that video that you and Max shot.
Yeah. So that's for like, it's like a customizable display. You can either show a clock, you could show like a little animation of two dogs play with each other, or you could show like CPU temps.
I didn't quite understand the purpose of that little screen. I guess it's just like widgets or something like that to like bring the controllers to life for some reason. You have such a massive screen. I'm like, why do I need a little doohickey thing down there? But
the biggest use is like a widget, like the clock. If like, oh man, I've been playing Marvel Rivals for 4 hours.
I'm just going to keep like, what does that mean? You know?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, Lenovo likes to add a little bit of flair, a little bit of personality. That is their thing. They had a couple AI chatbot demonstrations where a robot was able to scan for you and just do a projection as well for like office environments. But it had a personality. So, but Lenovo last year, they came out with some concepts. The solar laptop was last year they had at one of the shows, and then they had a transparent laptop at MWC 2024, and that was very cool. So they always have future tech that may or may not come out. This one seems like it could be in the future. And yeah, the display manufacturer they tapped for this was thinking wild, thinking very futuristic.
Yeah.
Love to start the top of the show with something that's super eye-catching. Love that video. Nice job, guys. All right, next one is the Honor robot phone. It's not an actual robot, but it's a robot
really
that kind
not.
of it's like symbiotic with your phone, and it reminds me of a DJI gimbal head. So tell us about this, Max. You got to see it. I got to see it on the show floor in Barcelona. Anybody who's just joining us, by the way, any late joiners, we do have the MWC awards from the Shortcut. This is number 2 on our list, the Honor robot phone. Take it away.
It is barely a robot, but the gimbal portion is very interesting. So there's a 200 megapixel camera attached to basically a robotic gimbal, and it springs to life. It retracts like from the back. It'll position itself, and it can follow you around. It can pan left to right. It can go up and down. So you can get like some pretty cool like pictures and videos and stuff like that. It also obviously ties into AI somehow. So you can speak to whatever Honor's AI chatbot is, and the robotic gimbal can like respond to you and like shake its head, like, and confirm yes or no, like as it's like communicating with you. The demo that we had was very strange to me because it seemed like the only thing that it could do is like shake its head, but they want you to believe this is a robot.
It could dance too. And what song was it dancing to?
It was Believe by Imagine Dragons. It was the old, like they programmed 5 songs according to stuff that I read for this demo. That was the only song that they were using on the show floor. So
I hear that the demoer is now being committed, and he needs treatment because he had to listen to that for 4 days in a row.
Oh my gosh. So it was just so random. Like, so Matt and I are just like standing around watching this the robot phone dance to Imagine Dragons. And I'm just sort of questioning my life choices at that point. But all things considered, this was a very interesting concept. Like the fact that they fit this on a phone to begin with is impressive. Yes, it's a monster of a phone. Like it is thick. Like if you look at the back of this thing, it is like all of the parts take up so much room to make this thing work, but it does look sick in person.
Let's stop for a second. Max was questioning his life choices, having to cover tech in Barcelona on a trip that was mostly paid for.
Yes, that's accurate.
And here's the thing.
I just wonder how I got there.
If you're questioning life choices, I just remind you, you have nowhere to go. There are no more jobs in journalism. I'm sorry.
This is true. This is true.
When our competitors are losing 85% of their traffic to new startups like Substack and Google changing the AI overviews, you got nowhere to go, buddy. I'm sorry.
I'm trapped here, you're saying?
Yeah, that is what I'm saying.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have to stay, but you can never leave.
We just have to swap out Imagine Dragons. That's it.
All right.
That's where the second AI robot's going to come out after replacing Adam.
One thing I do like about this AI robot, basically gimbal camera head on there, is it tucks back in the phone. So it like kind of lives in the back of the phone. So it's not, when I first saw it, I was like, well, what do you do with it when you don't want to activate that? This is what it can do. So it was cool looking. The third award winner is also Honor. They had a foldable, and it's probably, it gives me what I call Chinese phone envy, right? This is something that's available globally, but it's not available in the US. You won't go to a carrier store and find it. It's the Honor Magic V6 folding smartphone. Max, this had 3 attributes I really liked. Let me see if you picked up on the same 3 I did.
The biggest standout feature here is the IP69 rating, right? Yep. So this is the first folding phone with an IP69 rating. It means that's going to withstand all the water and dust resistance that like a normal phone has. It can also be shot with like a water jet. So if you want to put it in your dishwasher, also safe.
We saw that with the OnePlus 15.
Yes,
that was something we saw a little bit over a year ago. That was one of the few IP69 phones I saw. That year in 2025. But the fact that it's on a foldable phone, and they're going after, Sasha reminded us from Qualcomm, the durability factor, right? It's not just able to withstand water jets, but it's able to like withstand a beating. And
Yeah.
it's foldable.
It has a very durable design. It's also super thin. And
that's 1 and 2, right? What's the third one? It's
I'm not
battery
sure.
life.
Oh
They-
yeah.
they-
Oh yeah.
they
Okay.
increase
So
the
battery life. Yes.
to a massive amount for
It's
a folding
6,600 milliamp hours.
It's insane.
It's a big battery. It's a very big battery. So I imagine this is probably going to be like one of the best folding phones that we're going to see all year.
Right.
Oh yeah,
That's also
it's anything Samsung is doing right now.
Yeah.
That's also because it's made of silicon carbide, or
That helps.
the combination. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the fact that Samsung is doing the privacy display, which is very cool. They're doing the horizontal lock on their camera, which is making a lot of waves right now, especially with the TikTokers, the influencers out there. But yeah, there's some catch up to be done on the main thing everybody wants is better battery life on any phone they own.
Mm-hmm.
So
100%. Yeah, no, this has like some of the best specs that we've seen in a folding phone in a while. Honor's just doing a lot of things right with this thing.
Yep, they're doing a lot of things right, not everything. Xiaomi has a Leica camera, so they actually have 2 versions of this camera, one with Leica involved and one without. The how do you say that? The Litz phone. All right.
Yeah.
So Leica, obviously famous camera brand, partnered with Xiaomi. You see I'm demoing a lot of it right here. It was on a security
lanyard
device, a little lanyard, and
that we kept triggering.
We triggered it so much, we might as well have stolen it. So yeah, there's a Leica version and a non-Leica version. This one has a ring around that you see right there, and a camera shutter. So that red button is like a very prominent camera shutter. I say this is the thing that Apple wanted with camera control, but done right.
Yes. Well, okay, so like Apple would never ever do this design, right? They would never build like a grip and a camera shutter, but like the whole thing.
That's
should, but they won't. They would just literally never do this.
It's too much
permanently attached.
Yes, it's permanently. It's part of the phone.
Okay.
Right, but it seems flush. Like it wouldn't bother me in my pocket, and you have your camera ready. So the ring on the front is able to take photos and video and like help you zoom in or change the white balance. So there's a Leica version, a non-Leica version of this. I guess it's the Xiaomi
17 Ultra.
17 Ultra. Yeah. So that's what it's known as in China. So and then they have that version and the Leica version. So you can't get that wrong because there's distinct differences. You don't get that ring. The ring's on front, but it doesn't twist.
Right.
So no, this version allows you to change the white balance. There's tons of knobs on there, and I really like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be about $2,000, close to it.
It's a very expensive phone. I will say, everybody that I spoke to about this phone when we were in Barcelona said that it probably takes the best pictures they've ever seen from a phone. Like it has a huge 1-inch sensor on it.
Right.
So you just get like incredible depth of field and like so much clarity from each picture that you take. I saw some sample pictures on, I think on X yesterday. They look stunning. They're just beautiful pictures.
One thing the Chinese companies do that American companies don't do, it's they watermark their photos when it's taken from their phone. Yeah. And it just like is a blatant, great advertisement, great marketing tool.
I agree.
Yeah. Next up, as you see me futzing with the Xiaomi Leica camera, is Lenovo. Lenovo has the ThinkBook modular AI PC concept. Kevin, you checked this out before any of us. Yeah. It reminds me of the Framework laptop.
Yes.
Tell me, and Framework is like a kind of a startup. It's a small company, and there's only a matter of time where people said, "That's a good idea. Let's spend our billions of dollars to do this ourselves."
Yeah, this one's like even crazier because like when we first saw it, it's like, oh, this is a Lenovo laptop, it has a screen on the back. Oh wait, it comes off, and then you can actually take that off, attach a cable to the back of those pogo pins that have an external monitor. You can also take off the keyboard, which I'm about to do here, and you could stick the monitor on top, and then you could change the ports. Basically the whole thing comes apart. It also has this like it's called a hood strut. Basically it's like this little metal piece on the back of the laptop. It's magnetically attached. You just take that off the laptop, put it onto the screen, and that's how you prop it up. There's some other modes you could do. Well, you could leave the screen on the back; it'll still function, and then you could use that as like a presentation screen for other people to see what you're looking at or whatever you're trying to show off to like clients or your coworkers.
I love the idea. I'm wondering, they make these.
You want to just turn on your microphone real quick?
Yep, thank you. They make these unibody shells for a reason. So I'm wondering if this takes off because, the extra, millimeter to half a millimeter, like whatever it is, they're focused on design so much and not repairability and the ability to mod your laptop. So I think there's a place out there for this, for sustainability, but does it ruin the Johnny Ive-esque aesthetics of a unibody design?
Okay, I was going to say, I don't think Lenovo's ever been into the Johnny Ive aesthetic, right?
No, but they try sometimes.
They had yoga, the original yoga with the watch band thing. Right.
Yeah,
about the most Johnny Ive they ever went.
The yoga line is like their consumer laptop line. They always look kind of pretty, right? Like they have that in their portfolio somewhere. But with any ThinkBook, it's sort of just like whatever they cooked up in their lab, whatever they felt like working on that day, that's what they made. And one day, I guess they just decided to make a modular laptop, and that's what you got. Yeah. They just come up with these concepts like out of thin air sometimes. It's like, they always have something awesome to show off. This was one of my favorites at the show for sure.
It's good when they have money. So I'm wondering if this demolishes framework and becomes a thing.
Yeah. No, I was kind of thinking it might.
If it becomes a real product, yeah, but I don't know how soon because like they only recently came out that laptop that rolls the screen upwards.
I saw it at IFA and someone was using it in the wild, and I was like, "Wow, that's
crazy."
Yeah, and they were using it to good effect too. I was like, I wish I had a laptop that just increased its screen size on demand. So very cool. Next up is the Honor Magic Pad for tablet. I didn't get to check this out. Max, you did, and it's something that I'm wondering what's unique about this. It's a tablet. Honor makes good devices, as we've seen with like their folding phones. So, what's the skinny on this?
It's that it's really skinny.
There you go.
It is 4.8 millimeters thick, which makes it, I think, the thinnest tablet in the world. I know it's at least one of them. I'm pretty sure it is the thinnest. It's thinner than Apple's iPad Air or iPad Pro, which is 5.1 millimeters thick. So you're getting a 12.3-inch OLED display here. They didn't skimp out on any specs either. You have a Snapdragon 8 Gen 5, a 10,100 milliamp hour battery, which is pretty impressive. The thing starts around 600 euros, which is roughly $650 USD. Dual cameras on the back, very bright display, 512 gigs of storage. This is a very well spec device, and the fact that it, like, I saw it in person, when you pick it up, you almost kind of can't believe how thin it is. It's wildly impressive how they designed this thing. It feels just like an iPad, except like somehow cooler.
Yeah, that's impressive if you're going toe to toe with Apple and the Magic Pad 4 tablet. Hopefully, it's available globally in terms of getting it. I know Honor things are not always coming to the U.S.
Yeah,
but sometimes you can import it if you really like it.
It'd be nice if this one did. That'd be cool.
It doesn't have cellular technology in it, so therefore you can just use it. Xiaomi Tag Tracker is number 7 on our list. And if you're just joining us, if you're a midway joiner, we are almost done. We're going through rapid fire the Mobile World Congress Awards from the Shortcut, the number one consumer site on
Substack.
There we go.
And Matt and I are also extremely jet lagged, which is why he just dropped his headphone randomly.
Yeah. That's why I don't have my Sony headphones. They're
exactly
in pieces somewhere.
At least you checked your laptop this time. That's important.
It's not like you did leave anything outside just a couple of minutes ago. And outside.
Let's not talk about why I'm out of breath and running a city bike. just sitting on top of a city bike is the entire microphone kit.
I was going to say you left it in the basket, didn't you?
I did.
Of course.
Right before we got on the air. He's like, he just yells out an explicit word, and he's like, I need my glass. I got to go run. And Kevin and I are like, where is he going? Like, what is going on here?
I said I'd never seen him run before in my entire life.
Oh, all right.
I hadn't either really, and so he came back in with his kit with his microphone and everything for the show, and we were like, "Where did that come from?" He's like, "Guys, don't worry about it. What are you talking about? I got everything."
I
Right
tell
here.
them just now, so they're kind of surprised and like, "Oh, that's where it was."
I mean, I just thought you left it on the street somewhere. Turns out in a city bike basket.
Okay.
You know, it was safe. It was safe amongst the
safe.
Yeah, it was fine.
commuting. Yeah.
Sure.
Xiaomi tag tracker. Speaking of, great
Speaking of
segue.
finding things, help you find things.
Exactly. You could have probably used one of these trackers in your little kit.
Folks, this was all made up to segue into the Xiaomi tag tracker. None of that happened. Didn't lose anything. This is actually an impressive device because it's cheaper than an AirTag, an Apple AirTag, and it has more to it. I want this. I want this to come to the US. I want a bunch of these. They come in a pack of 4, or you can get them individually. But look at that photo. You have a little lanyard type of thing on there, little keychain holder.
It's like a nice little metal clip you can just clip onto things. Like with an AirTag, you have to buy a case for it if you want it to clip on like your keys, your backpack, or whatever. But with this one, it has the built-in clip, so it's an extra step that you don't have to worry about. Plus, it has Find My and Google's Find Hub built into it.
Right. So it has both.
Yeah.
So like, why am I buying all these second-gen AirTags?
Well,
exactly.
It does. It has Find My, but it doesn't work with UWB, which is ultra wideband. So
That's
you can't
true. That may be an advantage.
Precisely find it.
Apple has. But give me a different design, Apple. Like this is a way better design.
I agree.
Yeah.
I have to get a little lanyard attachment for my AirTag. No, not in 2026. So next up is the Snapdragon Wear Elite. This is the biggest, Sasha corrected me on this, but I'm going to go with it. This is the biggest update to the smartwatch chip tier in 3 years. So I have to phrase that correctly because there's been updates every once in a while, but this is like a monumental shift, this tiny chip. And I think the chip is the thing in the lower portion because the chip is not that big as big as that gold, little emblem.
Oh, absolutely not. Yeah.
So the Snapdragon Wear Elite, it's a brand new chipset that's from Qualcomm. It's going to power not just smartwatches, because that was the distinction. It's for smartwatches, and it's going to be in the latest Galaxy Watch. It's going to be a big shift for wearables and AI-powered wearables. But it's also going to come to pendants, pins, just things that you wear on your wrist, on your body, in your glasses, some glasses. The distinction is they're still going to have their AR1 and AR1 Plus chip line for stuff like the Meta glasses. So it might not appear in things that need heavy duty camera work. But this is going to be a big shift. And we have an exclusive interview on the shortcut.com right now. It's our top story. You may be thinking, Matt, Xbox is our top story. No, I went in there and changed top story. It's all about 6G and what Don McGuire, CMO of Qualcomm, thinks is the future of tech. And a lot of it has to do with this Snapdragon chip. I called it, or he called it, the Trojan horse for AI and 6G. So that was kind of a great quote.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. Let's see, what was that quote? Snapdragon Elite is the Trojan horse for personal AI. And that's what they're going after, that tagline, personal AI. And AI is the new UAI, or AI is the new UI. Your glasses are going to prove it. So those are some of the headlines that are in that piece. Check it out on the shortcut.com right now. He also gives us a timeline for 6G and, why Snapdragon is like this booming brand. So really interesting to see where it's going, but we'll see this on pendants. We'll see this on pins, smart rings, just entirely new device categories that haven't been named yet. So
there's so many different AI devices just on the cusp of coming out. We know we're expecting some stuff from OpenAI eventually. I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of other third parties that just invent a bunch of AI gadgets. Apple's going to do some stuff. Google's probably going to do some new stuff. This thing's going to power all of them, at least most of them, right?
But a lot of the Android manufacturers use this. OnePlus used it last year on their phone that was made in China. So was that the bits
on their watch, right? Yeah,
on their watch,
phone, right?
Yeah. So that they use this style of Snapdragon Wear chip, but this is the next version. They gave it the name Elite, which is happening to a lot of their phone chipsets. Have the name Elite.
Just means the best one.
The best one,
basically.
Yeah, they did say that it will swim in 2 lanes. So the old Wear Elite, I think Gen 5 is going to remain, but this is for a different top tier category. So love seeing that. And yeah, they got one of these handy dandy, the shortcut MWC awards right there. So thanks for hosting us for that interview. The interview's right there on the site. All right, let's go to the next thing, which also has a Snapdragon chip in it, the Moto Razr Fold. This is Motorola's first, it's the latest foldable, but their first book-style foldable.
Yes. A lot of people were excited for this phone, primarily because of the camera situation. Motorola is claiming that they have the greatest cameras on a foldable phone, the second greatest cameras on a phone anywhere in the world. This is according to their tests that they got from DxOMark. We need to put that to the test, and we need to see, like, once we get a review unit, if that's true or not.
That's our job.
If they're making the statement is, like, it's compelling to say the least. The rest of the phone looks super fascinating. As you can see in the video now, they have stylus support, which the Galaxy Z Fold 7 does not. There's no S Pen support on Samsung's phone. You can get it on the Motorola Razr Fold. The stylus works on both displays, which is a huge advantage. It also felt really nice to write with it because it had like a little built-in vibration motor to make it sort of feel like you're writing on paper. Really good specs, Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5. Very spacious 8-inch folding display. 4 cameras, or 5 cameras, I guess, 2 selfie cameras, 3 on the back. We were messing around with this a lot. I think me and you were both very into testing this phone.
And they gave us a lot of time to test it as well. So that was good. Yeah, the fact that you could write on the screen, both front and back, is important because there's no S Pen support on the latest Galaxy Fold device. So that is a big distinction. And yeah, just Motorola has good software. Good, they used to do almost pure Android. It's very close to that.
They still hover in that realm, which I always appreciate. Like, I'm a big proponent of the Pixel experience. I think Motorola is a very close second to that. And the whole system just feels a little bit more fluid than Samsung's One UI does, at least in my opinion.
Agreed. Yeah, Samsung has its own flavor of it, and if you don't like it, it's like, too bad. This is almost what Google has intended, with a couple modifications. They have some Moto software. They have really good like continuity software as well. If you want to use your laptop and transport stuff from your phone to a Windows laptop, definitely doable. You can see some images we got of the Sagrada Familia with that camera. The zoom was really good. So we'll see if it's actually the #1 camera phone. According to DxOMark, we'll have to get it in and test it in a couple weeks, couple months.
No release date or pricing yet, which is a little bit concerning. But yeah, jury's still out. We'll see what happens in the next few weeks. Maybe they'll give us a little information about that.
It looked like a final product or close to it. So I expect it to be coming very, very soon. Something that has no release date and is not coming very soon, but it's more of a concept. Like we said, Mobile Congress, it was a big concept show. Xiaomi Vision Gran Turismo, the Xiaomi Vision GT. It's a car, it's an EV coming from what's become not just a phone company, but a really good car company, an EV car company, Xiaomi. We got some footage of it. It looks like a sports car. It is a sports car.
It looked absolutely sick.
It is. You got to check this out. I love seeing it. Tell us what you think.
This is not a real car at all, right? This is just like Xiaomi bringing a car from a video game and putting it in the real world. Everybody was nerding out about this thing. Like, there's like a magnetic steering wheel, so you can like position yourself wherever you want, like in the driver's seat. It has like a huge bench in the front, so you can just like sit wherever you want. There's like touchscreens everywhere. It's an extremely impressive car. It's beautiful to look at. Like, it has this super glossy finish. It has like these insane rims. Like, everyone's just like anytime there's a good concept car at CES, there's just huge crowds around it. That same thing happened with Xiaomi. Like, this was the big draw at their booth this year. The car's never going to come out. This was just their way of showing it off. It looked so freaking sick in real life. It was so cool.
It looks like the car from The Wraith.
A little bit, yeah.
You know that movie.
It looks like either Hollywood used it or AI used to project it, or a little bit of both.
Yeah.
It's definitely cool looking. Just being around it is a sight to see. So yeah, Xiaomi actually makes cars. It's not just, they do have this concept, but they're on the road in China right now.
Yes, they are.
And you cannot get them in the US.
Because I've heard they're very impressive too.
Yeah.
I know a few people that have tested them before. And yeah, Xiaomi knows what they're doing in the car space, evidently.
Yeah.
Which is so fascinating to me.
Surprising. And yeah, because of politics, we cannot get them in the US, which US manufacturers step up and replicate this, make a cool car that looks this cool. I don't know what the price would be if it ever came out, but it looks something like what Tesla would go for with their sports car that they have.
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
Also,
it looks like a futuristic roadster.
Roadster, right? That still has no actual firm release date.
That's never coming out.
Yeah,
that's never coming out.
Come on, Elon, update us.
Cybercab, all the way.
Right. Nothing Phone 4A is the next thing on the rundown. Award number 11 from Mobile Congress. Nothing 4A. The thing I liked about this phone is it's super colorful. It is definitely unique, and it's a budget phone for under $500.
Yeah, it costs around $475. Pretty solid specs. Snapdragon 7 S Gen 4 chip. Dual 50 megapixel cameras on the back with an 8 megapixel ultra wide. It's a very pretty phone in person. We got to check it out a little bit on the show floor. Yes. I saw it at the Nothing party that they had hosted for us. And yeah, it's just like, it looks like a lot of their previous phones with the transparent back and everything. A lot of people were super hyped for the colors. This was the big story this year, that they've shipped blue and pink versions. A lot of people were obsessed with the pink color.
Pink color is good. I like the blue. The blue, it reminded me of cotton candy.
It has like a Jolly Rancher blue kind of color to it. It's very interesting. The glyph bar is like far more subdued this time around, which I kind of don't mind. I think the glyphs can get a little bit insane sometimes on the back of their phones.
Yeah, they're coming out with a Pro phone that kind of goes over the top still. So depending on
which Pro
looks
nice. Yeah, but this is the one that we saw on the show floor, and like there's plenty of hype around this phone. A lot of people are excited for this phone because of the design. Nothing knows what they're doing in the design department.
Right.
It's just, it stands out like nothing else. There really is nothing else like this on the market.
The thing in the smartphone market that I don't like is a lot of the Pro phones get the more muted colors, and you have an opportunity in a $500 phone to get this blue, to get the pink. They did treat their event as a gender reveal party, which I guess went with the marketing to some degree.
Yeah. No, we were covering the marketing for a little while leading up to it. They were posting a lot of interesting pictures on their social media.
So that's their explanation for what that all was.
Yeah. Yeah. I still have to talk to some of their PR reps and really understand why they chose the condom first, because they clearly they did reproduce in the end. Okay, that's what I'll say. So
I think the condom broke.
Anyways, let's go to Techno Modular Magnetic Phone right now. This is the next thing on our list, number 12 out of around 20. Techno has a phone that breaks apart in a good way. This is something that we saw at CES, or we saw it at Mobile Congress on the show floor. We got to work with it. You got to test it. Reese got to test it, our dedicated contributor, who we got to meet in person for the first time.
Yes, we did.
Nice.
Shout out Reese.
Shout out to Reese, and the fact that so Adam hired him, right?
Secretly behind our backs.
I knew Adam hired him. But Reese, I did not know if he was a real person or not because there's no photos of Reese, and I thought Adam was kind of like just double dipping on his salary. Yeah. Well, he just invented a person, so I let it go for 2 years, and I was like, all right, that's fine. You're getting more work done, but he is a real person. Unless
evidently.
So anyways, we got to shoot some video of this Techno Modular Magnetic Phone. It's cool looking. It kind of goes with that framework laptop idea. You're not splitting it apart, but you're adding things to a phone with magnets. So
yeah,
if you want a bigger battery, boom, put a battery on. If you want the telephoto lens, you actually put a telephoto lens on the phone.
You can just like it's almost like having a refrigerator and you just put a bunch of magnets on the back. You can just like keep adding stuff to it. Like they have all these like little battery packs. You can just stack them all if you want to. If you want to have a 10,000 milliamp hour battery, you can just do that.
And it's thinner.
It's available.
It's thinner than an iPad or iPhone Air.
Yes.
So the starting point before you add all the bells and whistles is super thin, and it kind of makes sense. Maybe this is the future for those super thin phones. It's like, yeah, you can start with something that isn't so high tech,
right?
And improve the camera over time. LG with the LG G5 tried this a couple years ago, not to great acclaim, probably sunk the company.
I was gonna say, there's been a lot of companies that have tried modular phones before. We've
Motorola.
seen Motorola did it for a little while. Motorola did it for like 4 generations of phone.
See, that was the problem, right? They got into this like platform, which is kind of what Techno was doing, and they have they got stuck with that design because all the upgrades were backward compatible 3 generations, and they couldn't really change it.
Yeah,
and when they did change it, it kind of ended that concept and the ability to kind of upgrade to the next one. There was no 4th version. So
there was a Moto Z4, so it was their Z line that was the modular one. There was no Z5. They trapped themselves in that design. They couldn't do anything outside of that.
So Techno, take note. Don't do that to yourself.
Yeah, this is just a concept for now. They didn't say whether they're going to ship this or not. I feel like there's this kind of like a small chance that they'll do it because it looks cool enough.
Right.
So
going through the rest, we have the Soundcore Space 2. This is the sequel to our really favorite headphones, the Soundcore Space 1. Best budget ANC phones. This is from a company called Anker. That's Anker's the parent company, but Soundcore is the sub brand. Comfortable, cool. We got to see them at Showstoppers. That's number 13 on our list. Going down to 14, the Ray Neo Air 4 Pro with Batman. That's a thing.
Yeah. It was definitely a thing. Matt made me go to the TCL booth with him just to go try on these glasses. Yeah. It's the Ray Neo Air 4 Pro smart glasses. They just work as like an external display for your laptop. They shipped these brand new visors for the glasses, so you can look like Batman or the Joker.
Okay.
I don't think these are officially licensed. As far as I know,
I think they are. Yeah.
Are they really?
I'm in trouble.
I'm just saying.
They
still look cool.
They still look cool, but I did not expect them to be officially licensed either. That was my first question.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, there's a Joker version as well. There you go. They look a little bit ridiculous.
It's very excessive, but a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, and it takes AR into the mainstream. So if you're going to do a visor, why not do it with DC Comics involved? I don't know.
Exactly.
All right, that's the Ray Neo Air 4 Pro with Batman. Huawei has a MatePad Mini, which we liked. We got to check that out for a little bit. The MatePad Mini reminded me of an iPad Air, but it's probably going to be less expensive. And it has this folio case on it with the S Pen being magnetic. Seems slick. Huawei, we don't get to check out a lot of their devices, but this one seemed like you could get it globally at least. And yeah, there you go.
It just looked like a nice little tablet to just throw in your bag for any like sort of trips you could take.
The folio case was very plush too.
Yeah.
So good quality there.
Just really good design all around.
Yeah. The Huawei has like an entire wing at Mobile World Congress to check out.
That was nuts.
The entire
I didn't realize how much space they buy out every year.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So they're an official sponsor of the show. So therefore they get a lot of square footage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Tell me the name of this next company.
Alcatel.
Yeah. So it's not.
It is.
Alcatel.
No, it is. I'm pretty sure you just pronounce it like Alcatel.
Alcatel, right?
There's a different company that's actually named Alcatel.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Yes,
that one begins with an A. This one begins with an O. But this is the WP63. I got to light a cigarette. Mom.
Oh yeah.
My first and last one, I swear. So we called it the Fire Phone after Amazon's failed phone.
Because this is 100% a Fire phone.
Yeah. So this is a rugged phone meant for camping and stuff like that, right? So they added the ability to kind of light something up when you're in danger. But the thing was like, hey, can I have a smoke?
You can start a campfire with this phone if you want to.
Is that an actual cigarette or just like
yes?
Yeah,
no, it's a real cigarette.
on the
Folks,
show
this is
floor.
rare footage you're not going to get anywhere else from Mobile World Congress because they took this away because I guess they got in trouble for having.
They probably did.
Yeah.
So like this was
take any more video of it
the place where this was being held, Showstoppers. There's just not a shot that you would be allowed to smoke a cigarette in there.
No,
like, there just isn't.
Right. So trouble.
But it was awesome. Like it was just fantastic. Like what a demo.
Yeah. Let's go on to the Motorola Nursery PIP 1710 Connect. Did I see this? I think I did.
We did see this at Showstoppers.
Okay, it's exactly what I remember. It looks like you're going to give your kid nightmares, but
oh wow!
It's for your infant. It's for your newborn. It's a smart baby monitor. It has AI built into it, so it can alert you if it looks like your baby's in distress, irritated, things like that. If it thinks it needs to belch, it'll tell you. It'll like send you a notification.
Okay.
I thought it was cool.
Yeah, it just looks like a squid.
It does look like a squid. It looks like a little figurine. It's cute.
Something else we saw at Showstoppers. That's a conference within the conference at Mobile Congress. The Eufy C28 Omni Robot Vacuum. This is a more affordable, another Anchor sub-brand, more affordable version of their top-tier flagship smart vacuum.
Yes. It has, it's a very well-equipped vacuum for $800. It has a brand new built-in mop. It has a tangle-free vacuum roller. It's going to be really good for pets. Going to be good for anybody that just might have long hair and just your hair gets everywhere. For $800, it looks like a really good value.
That is good value. And the most important thing I tell people, don't get one that doesn't self-clean.
Yeah, this one does self-clean. It has a fully automatic docking station, which is great.
Love it. Love having that on the show. A company I haven't heard from in a little while, another Chinese company, Vivo. Vivo has the X300 Ultra, which is like the second day on the show they announced it. So like midway through, usually it's like day one, all the embargoes lift. This one has a camera phone that is kind of just unprecedented 200 megapixel sensor. It attaches on the back. We've seen this concept before where you have a lone lens that attaches to a phone. Just very overpowered. It's advanced camera system with one of these Sony camera sensors on there. I like it. I dig it. I don't know if this is viable for a smartphone, this kind of like concept, but I like that companies are taking chances.
I think this thing's actually going to ship.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. It looks insane in person.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then
it looked like a gun. Yeah. It looked like, honestly.
A little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that a gun in your pocket or is that the Vivo X300 Ultra?
300, yeah.
It's going to be said every time. All right, let's go to our last one because I know we're almost at time. The TCL NextPaper 70 Pro. We were debating, do we give it to the NextPaper 70 Pro, which is a actual product, or do we give it to the AMOLED version, which is more of a concept? Both are really good, so we just kind of want to shout out both, but TCL always comes with the NextPaper technology to Mobile World Congress. This one was a screen that, it reminds me of a color e-ink screen. And I know Color E-Ink is a proprietary technology. Whenever I mention it in an article, they're like, please say there's a distinction between us and this NextPaper. They like knowing their trademark. That's fine.
I was going to say, it's definitely not e-ink. This is like a regular OLED screen.
Right.
But it has a coating on the top of it so that it feels like an e-ink display. So it almost feels like you're touching a Kindle screen.
This one is the LCD version. And the AMOLED version is like the concept one that we saw. So definitely cool new technology from TCL in their NextPaper line. Yeah, it just reminds me of e-ink, like a color e-ink as well.
It's the tech behind it. It allows you to get up to 27 days on a charge if you want it. If you like turn the screen black and white and like lower it to like an e-ink setting, they have like an ink paper mode. It extends the battery life by like 20x. Like, it's crazy.
I love all that. Well, we are going to get some sleep because Mobile Congress is over. We'll be back with more consumer tech news, including the Xbox story that we kicked until Monday when Adam is back. Tons of quality content. You just reviewed a phone from Google.
X10A. Yep, that's up on the site. I think everybody should go read your Qualcomm interview. I think it's a great piece.
Thank you. Yeah, it was. It gives you an idea of how 6G is going to unfold. Yeah. The one quote was, it's going to be FaceTime on steroids. And I put that in the headline because his example was you could be at the grocery store and your wife would be like, oh, get some milk. And then just like, no, not that milk. And you're like, oh, okay. She's telling me it's my smart glasses because she doesn't trust me. I can see that being helpful to a lot of guys out there.
Exactly.
Right?
Same.
So, no, definitely cool examples of where technology is going in the next several years. So thanks to Qualcomm and Don McGuire for hosting us for that little interview. Turned out to be a great piece on The Shortcut. We'll be setting out the award email right after this on theshortcut.com, which is the #1 site on Substack. Let's go. All right. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Live footage of me on the city bike with my microphone kit. And
These guys are
fast. They are fast.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
I thought the photo they were going to do was Ben Affleck, smoking a cigarette, and that's just Matt's face on top.
Yeah. So we are going to be back next week. We're handing out these awards. We will be back and see you on Monday. Bye, everybody.